She's been working behind the scenes in government for years, but what do we really know about Tim Walz's wife? Let's take a closer look at her career and family. When Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, was announced as Vice President Kamala Harris's running mate for the 2024 presidential election, he was immediately thrust into the national spotlight. And a lot of attention has also turned to his family, particularly his wife, Gwen Walz.
Oh, hi. Good to see you. This is exciting. You did make it.
She was born Gwen Whipple in Glencoe, Minnesota, and has been a teacher for most of her adult life. Her teaching career took her to Nebraska, where she met Tim. They were co-workers who taught at the same school but specialized in different subjects. Gwen taught English and Tim taught social studies. They got married in 1994 and 2 years later they moved to her home state of Minnesota, both teaching at Mankato West High School. Together, they took students on annual field trips to China, and throughout her career, Gwen has professed a passion for education. Although not much is known about their early relationship, Tim's message on Facebook for Gwen's birthday in 2018 gave credit to one of Gwen's sisters, she has 3, for helping get them together. He wrote, "Happy birthday to my amazing wife Gwen. I'm so lucky your sister convinced you to go out with me." Gwen worked in a variety of schools and eventually moved up from being a teacher to school administrator at Mankato Area Public Schools. She's also long been a proponent of education reform and prison reform. Gwen's official biography on the Minnesota government website describes her dedication to providing prisoners with higher education and emphasized that she sees them simply as students. One thing she believes is possible with better education in prisons is the decrease of repeat offenders. Gwen also worked to help felons who have completed their sentences receive the ability to vote, a cause she's been vocal about.
Until we are all equal and have equality, none of us are equal and have equality.
Her work came to fruition in 2023 when parolees and felons finished with their sentences in Minnesota were granted the right to vote. It's apparently all par for the course for Minnesota's First Lady. Helping people is something Gwen has always strived to do. Her biography says, throughout her life, Gwen has been working passionately to build a more just and equitable world, from teaching at prisons and promoting criminal justice reform to advocating for the LGBTQ movement. Gwen's desire to learn from and work with others to advance meaningful change is her guiding principle. When Tim became governor in 2018, Gwen and Tim Walz moved to St. Paul, where Gwen became the first Minnesotan First Lady to have an office at the Capitol. They also have 2 children named Hope and Gus. The former's name is particularly significant, as Gwen and Tim struggled to conceive their first child. Tim has explained that after 7 years of IVF, he got a phone call from Gwen while she was crying and assumed it didn't work again, only to finally hear the amazing news that the treatment had worked.
So it wasn't by chance that when we welcomed our daughter into the world, we named her Hope.
Gwen gave a glimpse into her life as a mum in a 2019 interview with Twin Cities PBS. She gave them a tour of her home office, which was filled with family mementos. In one sweet moment, she pointed to a pair of dirty soccer cleats on a shelf, explaining that she dug them out of the trash after Hope threw them out following her soccer team losing the final game of the season.
She took her cleats off and she dropped them in the garbage can, and I couldn't bear it. It was a symbolic moment.
It's clear that family is important to Tim and Gwen Walz, and if Kamala Harris takes the vote in the 2024 election, we're likely to see a whole lot more of them.